Hey guys, it's me Jose Castrejon, and today we're gonna learn how to make this concrete bench. As you can see, it has the American Eagle and it has some words for our American soldiers, and it looks amazing and beautiful. And today we're gonna learn how to do it. Of course, it's gonna have some red color onto it. So we're gonna get started. So the first thing you're going to want to get is the Quikrete concrete. It already comes with the sand and the gravel. It's already all mixed up, and you just have to add water to it and mix it up in a plastic container and a concrete mixer or a wheelbarrow. You could use any one of those. So you're also gonna want to use it. Well, this is optional, but you're gonna want to use some color. So it just depends how much you want to put. If you put too little, it's gonna be rust, and the other one is gonna be brick red. So you're going to need 3 bags of Quikrete, and for each bag of Quikrete, you're going to want to use half a cup. So it's gonna be one cup and a half a cup. As I was saying, we already have the 1 cup and a half in here and the 3 bags of concrete. So now we're just gonna mix it up to get our concrete. So for the water, there's no exact measurement for it that I could tell you of from the top of my mind, but I can tell you that you're just going to have to be seeing constantly your concrete to see if it looks good, if it's not that dry, not that wet. Okay, so this is how our concrete is supposed to look like. You see how it has that beautiful shaping on it. It's like not that wet but not that dry, and it looks amazing. The color, you can see it clearly. It's all looking good. So this is the concrete how it should be, and that's we're going to show you later when we're gonna put it and what we're gonna do with it. But right now, the next thing you're gonna want to do is put vegetable oil on your molds. So you can grab a cloth or a paintbrush, and you just get it all over the place. But because this already has the oil on it, we're just gonna get it the places where it's not added right now. So yeah, just like that. So next, you're going to want to get metal wire, and you're going to want to get some wire cutters, and you're going to want to cut the wires into shape where you can put it into the mold, and to reinforce it, to make it more sturdy and stick together. Okay, and you're going to want to do the same for these. You're going to want to do the same for these and the same for this, just so it could reinforce it to make it more sturdy so it doesn't break. And now we're going to put the concrete before we put the metal wires on it. We're going to put the concrete on it. And you're going to want to fill it halfway. And now you're just going to want to grab with a glove and just squeeze it in there and rub it in really good. Okay, the reason why you want to get it, squeeze it and get it in there is because you're going to want to fill in all the cracks, and because this is a bigger mold and it has more decorations in it, you're going to want to squeeze it even more and get it in every single spot, in the corners, in the sides, in the middle, because there's an eagle in the middle and the wording, so you're going to want to rub it really good. So once you're done with that, you're going to want to shake it up again flatten out, and now you're going to want to put the wire into it, the metal wire. So you're just going to want to lay it down on there, and you're going to want to finish up putting the concrete into it. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that the wire and the metal wire doesn't stick out, because it'll mess with the concrete you're making. And once you're done with that, you're going to want to get a hand trowel. This is a bigger one, because this is a bigger mold. You're going to want to use a bigger one to make it more easier. And if you can't get a bigger one, you could just use a smaller one. It's fine. But you're going to want to slowly push it from left to right, right to left, and you're going to want to fill in all the cracks and smoothing it out really good. Covers up the cracks and it smoothens it out. So we already filled this one up, and we put the metal wire in it. So we're just gonna do the same thing that we did there. We're doing it here. We already did this in here, so we're going to put this now. I'm gonna make sure it stays in there really good. And like I said before, it's to keep the mold together, the concrete together. And we're gonna fill up the rest of it so it looks, we can finish it up with the hand trowel. Okay, so we finished making these first two things, the top of the bench and one of the legs of the bench, but we kinda didn't have enough concrete to make the other leg of the bench. It's not a lot, as you can see, it's just a little bit. So I'm gonna make another another bag of concrete, and so I can finish it up. And once we're done with finishing that up, we're just gonna do the same thing, same steps that we did for these, and we're gonna wait a day and finish off the video from there. So a day has passed, and we're going to take out our concrete molds out of this. As you can see, you just have to do it like we do it for the other videos. You push it from the sides to try to loosen it out, and then you're going to want to turn it around. Yeah, this is really heavy, so you're going to want to get somebody's help to turn it around. So right now, my mom's gonna help me to turn it around, so yeah. So we turned it around, and you're just going to want to slowly and easily take it off. You see how easy it was to take it off? And as you can see, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. You can see the American eagle and the words. It's really in there. You can see, and there's little to no air bubbles. We did it really good, mixing, pushing in all the concrete with our hands, and it looks amazing. This is how it's supposed to turn out for yours as well. Okay, so the same step that we did to take this out, we're going to do to the legs of the molds, the legs of the bench. So get to that. So yeah, you just want to turn it around. These are really heavy, and you're going to want to loosen it up from all the sides. These are more difficult to take out, because it has more build, more texture, more of a shape, more of a body, and you're going to want to take it out slowly so it doesn't stick, and it turns out really good. So that's how it's supposed to turn out. it looks nice. It has all the curves, and the figures really neat out in there. And then we're gonna do the same for the next one. So now that we took out the legs of our benches, we're going to start with decorating the top of our bench. We're going to paint the letters, and we're going to paint what is called the eagle of the Americas. And these look amazing. These are beautiful benches. The molds are really strong, really sturdy, and they come out really beautiful. And my father's friend Leonard, which is who makes this, his company Sanctuary Molds, they make really nice molds, really nice concrete stuff, and you should totally check it out. If you want the link to it, just comment down below and I'll give you the link. And yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so we almost finished. We're just finishing up the last two letters of the bench, and it's looking quite amazing, quite beautiful right now. As you can see, the eagle looks well detailed. The letters are looking amazing, all thanks to my mom. And she paints really good, and she's about to start her own channel too, so you should probably check it out. I'll link it in the description. And but yeah, we're gonna let it dry for some time, and then we're gonna put the release on it and the sealer. So meanwhile that dries up, we're going to continue with the legs of the bench, and we're going to want to get our sealer. As you see, we're gonna use a super diamond clear sealer, and we're also gonna need our release. Well, this is optional. We're going to put release on it, charcoal release, because we made some concrete curves, and to make that match up with this, we're just gonna add the release and the sealer. I'm gonna show you how it looks like with just a pure sealer, and then we're going to add the release and the sealer. Okay, so right now we're on this part, and this part is when we put the sealer onto here and the release. But first I'm just gonna show you how to put the sealer on and how it looks like with the sealer on. You can see it gets a dark color and it gets a little bit shiny, and it looks really good. It looks really new, and you have to fill in all the cracks to get it looking fantastic. But we're not gonna put just sealer all throughout the concrete foot. We're also gonna put release onto it, because we want a darker color for the rest of the stuff that we made. So we're just gonna drop it in there, not that much, so we just want a dark color onto it, so we get every part on the sides. So yeah, we're just gonna pat it down on there. Just so it could get a darker shade. So now that we put all the release onto it, we're gonna add the sealer onto it, and you're gonna see how good, how beautiful it looks with the sealer. And it gets darker, it gets a darker shade. As you can see, the dark shade is making it look a little bit more better. You can see how it changes from just a plain clear sealer to the dark, more color filled sealer, more vibrant color, and you can fill it in really good, and it just looks amazing, and it will look brand new. It will look like this for a whole year, and then you're going to want to put more sealer onto it after a year. Okay, so we're going to fill in every single crack. We're going to do it really good. As you can see, it gets a dark, really vibrant color, and after we let this dry, we're going to put another coat of sealer on it so it stays more well protected, and it'll look way more better. So yeah, so we're gonna let this dry, and we're gonna let the top of the bench, the paint dry, so the sealer doesn't damage the paint. We're gonna need it really dry. Okay, so this is the last coat of sealer that we're gonna put onto our leg of our bench, the legs of our bench. And yeah, so now we're done with that. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna put the sealer onto the bench top, and we're gonna put the release also, so we can make it look way better. Okay, so right now we're going to put the release only on the edges. So now with that out of the way, we're going to put the sealer on. Okay, so yeah, you're going to want to put the sealer on here. You're going to want to do it slowly and steadily, because as you know, the sealer can actually lift up the paint. So we got to do it slowly and steadily. And we gotta get all the cracks. So we're starting from the right side, and we're gonna go down over the words. And yeah, we're just gonna do it slow and steady. Okay, so for the eagle and for the letters, you're going to want to dip this in the sealer, and you're going to rub it. You're not going to want to rub it, but just glide it in there. The reason why is because the paint and the sealer don't mix up very well, and the sealer actually lifts up the paint and mixes it up. So the recommended thing is to wait a day before you put the sealer on. We just did it all on the same day, but as you can see, some of the red is lifting up. So the recommended thing is to wait a day and then put the sealer onto it, and put as much sealer as you can on the letters. If there's too much sealers inside the letters, don't worry about that. Just leave that much sealer in it, because it just protects it even way more. Okay, so yeah, now that we did the top part, we're going to do the sides. The reason why we did the top part first is because we didn't want the release to mix with the sealer from the top. So we're just gonna want to carefully do it from the sides, not to get it on the top. And as you can see, it has a darker tone to it. You see the cracks? It looks really nice, really dark, and it makes it stand out even more. So with that being said, I want to talk to you about how you're going to want to protect this, protect the concrete thing before the sealer dries up. The reason why is because when the sealer isn't dry, it's really not protected. So you're going to want to put it somewhere where it's dry, where it's not wet, because if it gets wet, it messes up with the sealer and it doesn't protect very well, and it washes off the sealer. So now that we put the sealer on it, we're just going to let it dry up, let the sealer dry up, and so that later we can show you what our final result is. So we have finished, we have let it dry. It looks great, it looks amazing. But before we show you the final results of it, we're going to show you some that are already made, that my father and I and my mother already made. And you see, it looks amazing. It has the eagle and everything. There's another one that's more grayish color, but it still looks amazing. It has the same design and everything. You can see, you can also paint the words black. It still looks good. These are more other ones of the other concrete bench that we have. If you want to see a video of this, just leave a comment down below and I'll make a video of it. And yeah, they all look amazing. And as you can see, there's also a flower on the side for that one, and it looks beautiful. So right now we're heading down. Right now we're heading down towards the concrete bench that we just made. So let's go. So this is what we have finally, what we made. And as you can see, it looks beautiful, it looks unique, it looks amazing. You see the eagle looks outstanding, and it's really shiny, really strong, really sturdy, and it's gonna stay like this, gonna look like this for at least a year or 8 months. But as you can see, this looks amazing, and it doesn't take that long to make. And if you want the mold, just leave a comment down below and I'll give you the link. There's also a video of this in Spanish. If you understand Spanish more than English, then go click the link in the description below to get forwarded to my dad's videos. Yeah, that's all, folks. I hope you have a great day. Like and subscribe, and remember to turn on post notifications to know whenever I post a new video. Goodbye.